Okay, guys, I'm sorry I'm not there today. Evan's not feeling well, but I don't want to get too far behind. So I want to talk through some of the notes for you. You should be following along on your early Earth note sheets, what we were doing yesterday in class. If you hear some weird background noises, that's probably an itsy bitsy spider book that Evan is reading on my phone, or the Polar Express because we love choo-choos, or Evan in general. Sorry about all of those weird noises. I'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. Last night for homework, you were looking at the geologic time scale, and you should have checked your answer key for that already. There's a few things I want to highlight about each of the eras. These are the things that you would need to know. In terms of a quiz or a test, you need to know the order of the eras, and you need to know, hold on one sec, guys. Here it is. You need to know the order of the eras, and you need to know the major characteristics that we're going to see in each of the eras. Okay? Starting way at the beginning of time, we enter into the Precambrian era. This is the earliest era that exists, and it's also the longest era of Earth's history. Okay, it lasts about 4 billion years, and considering Earth is only 4.6 billion years old, that's a lot of time spent in the Precambrian era. During this time frame, it was mostly single cellular organisms, meaning only bacteria, small stuff. All of it was on sea. We didn't see any organisms move on to land yet, and prokaryotes were kind of ruling the world. The prokaryotes appeared about 3.5 billion years ago, and so they lasted quite a bit of time. The eukaryotes appeared a billion years after them. So overall, mostly prokaryote, all single cellular organisms, or almost all single cellular organisms, only in sea, and the longest era of Earth's history. That's kind of a big deal. Then we have this major boom in life, and we enter into the Paleozoic era. The Paleozoic era is marked by the fact that we see this diversity happening. There is so much life starting to happen. Now, still, we see a lot more diversity within the marine life. If you've ever been to the Field Museum, it goes through our evolving planet. And when you enter in the Paleozoic era, you walk into what they've tried to do is recreate what an aquarium would look like, or what the seas would look like at that point in time. And it's just amazing to see all of these sea monsters just floating around and trying to move through the waters. This is also the era where we see the first organisms start to walk on land, and plants and insects are going to appear. So while the majority of life was still in the sea, and while we saw a great amount of diversity in the sea, we see this actually moving out onto land. And that's important when we see plants and insects coming around. Okay, here's a picture that was taken from the Field Museum's website that shows the idea of what I mean by like all of this marine life and some of these crazy sea monsters that were just huge and massive and so diverse. Things you would never anticipate had walked on the Earth's planet. That's what was going on in the sea for the Paleozoic era. The Mesozoic era is marked by dinosaurs. This is the appearance of dinosaurs. They dominate the Earth during this era, and then they eventually go extinct. Oh, I forgot to mention, at the end of the Paleozoic era, we saw... Oh, yeah, it's the hot chocolate part, Evan. If you've watched Polar Express, it is now at the hot chocolate part. It is a favorite. But at the end of the Paleozoic era, sorry guys, I don't mean to be jumping around on you, we see this mass extinction. 95% of life died out. It was really important that not all of life died out, but only 95%, so that we didn't have to start from the beginning again. And so when we got that 95% died out, it left room for a major change to occur. And that's kind of why we've jumped into the next era. So as I said, the Mesozoic era, it's marked by dinosaurs. This is what we need to see is they start in this era, they take over in this era, and they continue in this era. Okay? During this time, we also see small mammals. You are a mammal. So these are your